David, so many points to talk about in that game. How would you sum it up?
Well, we're massively disappointed. I think against a team with probably the biggest budget in the league, that we felt we should have got something from the game. We didn't, but I thought we were really good value. Really pleased with set plays we've been punished. That comes with the physical threat that they possess. I thought we started the game very well. They had a spell then later in the first half where they started to control the game. Second half, I don't think there's anything in it, really, if I'm honest. So we're really disappointed with the result, again, I would say. But I suppose pleased with Hughes' levels of performance.
You must have been pleased as well with how you came out of the traps as well. A first goal for Newport as well for Organi.
Yeah, really pleased. I mean, it's very difficult because aside from last Saturday, I don't really feel as though we've not performed at the level we're capable of. We just haven't capitalised in key moments, and then there's little bits of there's key areas where we hand momentum back to the opposition with a little bit of by switching off at key moments, you know. But no, I feel as though the growth of, you know, we certainly were the only team that looked to pass the ball, really, if I'm honest. But their experience and knowledge and know-how and pace in wide areas always pose you a threat. They've got huge amounts of experience. They're a really good team, and I think, you know, we've posed a huge challenge to them today.
Can't not ask about some of the key decisions. That their penalty, the first one, that's the one that seems to have caused the most stir and frustration.
Well, yeah. Well, you could say levelled it up, couldn't you? Let's be straight. I didn't think it was, if I'm honest, and that's, I would say that, but genuinely, in all honesty, I'm not sure. When you watch it back, it's abundantly clear. Sometimes they're given, sometimes they're not. Second half, the referee gives one. Again, I think it happens so quickly to assess whether the ball is there or not. I don't know. There's other bits, really. I just thought the push on Lee Jenkins into Joe Thomas is brutal and dangerous. People who are transfixed on the ball, for that to happen is dangerous. So yeah, well, that tells us it's been a really good game, doesn't it? So and an exciting game, which we haven't come on the positive end of.
Disappointed for Bobby Camera as well with the penalty just on the inside of the post. It's fractionally away from going in.
I'd never criticise anybody for missing a penalty. It takes real courage to step up and take it. It happens. So, you know, well done, Bobby, for stepping up and doing and taking that. Unfortunately for today, it didn't go in, but I'm sure it will in the future.
And I know you've spoken before about the strike options you have. You had Garner back today. No Baker Richardson on the bench. Is that a knock or?
No, he had a sore calf on Thursday, so we just sent him for a scan just to make sure that there was nothing sinister involved, and obviously didn't train yesterday. So as a consequence, he's probably gone. Since you think about the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not done a great deal. So to have him involved today is a risk, really. So yeah, thankfully that's all clear, but he'll be back in on Monday.
And just finally, I think there's 9 days left before the window closes. Based on today's performance and what you've seen so far, are there any holes that you are still looking to fill?
Yeah, we're still looking for a number to come in, for sure. Those discussions are ongoing. What we have to say is the level the guys are delivering at the minute is extremely positive. The results haven't gone for us. Just sent it to them in there. Over time they will. There's no doubt if we can sustain the level that we have delivered against some really good teams at the start. I think there's no doubt for me that they will turn. So to answer your question, yes, there will be some additions over the next 9 days. We're working tirelessly behind the scenes.
Perfect, David. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Did you have any other attacking options for the bench today? No Greaves or Walker?
No, Moses has got a sore groin. The pitches have been really hard, and so the bits of training you're having to do has been a challenge due to the weather. We know that's not an excuse. So he was sore. So Moses is going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Is Greaves available?
Greaves is at this minute in time. We picked the bench, which we thought was the strongest bench for us for today, around what we had available.
And Spellman came off, was that an injury?
No, Spellers has been out. So when we think back, he got injured in the first game in pre-season as he was about to come on, so didn't play a minute in that game at half-time. And then from there has been really progressive with trying to manage what he does. So we take him straight in for 60, 70, 80 minutes. I think he's going to find it really difficult. And sometimes coming on in the game, when the game's open, it's not as frantic for sure. With Michael, we got to half-time and we just felt that he'd emptied the tank. That just allows us to have him in a position where next week we'll be looking to get 60 to 90 out of him. So look, really pleased with Michael as well as we are with all the boys.
Apart from the penalty, you had chances to get back into it. Well, Raindorf could have made it 2-0.
Yeah, those are momentum changers, aren't they? You know, it changes the complex of the game. That's not a criticism of the players. You know, it's a great run, good timing, down to go. Thought he was going to go around the goalkeeper. And when you play teams like MK Dons, who will be one of the favourites for promotion, to go 2-0 up is a real step forward. You know, and so from that point, look, there's no criticism for me with regards to any of them. We had chances, we had moments, we didn't capitalise, and if you don't capitalise against good teams, you get punished.
It was Glenn, wasn't it, at the end, who could have got you the point as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We just, like you said, we thought he might get into the box in the latter stages. Unfortunately, it fell to his right foot, not his left. I'd be. I think you'd back him with his left foot. He's got a fantastic left foot.
And you felt that would have been a point you would have deserved. If you
I don't think anybody here today would have said we weren't value for a point. That would be. I mean, maybe I'm being biased and unrealistic, but I don't think so. I thought on the balance of play, I thought we were structured. We played with some inventiveness. We tried to play the right way. I think in our eyes and how we see the game. Ultimately, they take the 3 points, don't they?
Disappointed with the defending on the set piece, the winner.
I think it's. Do you know what? It's really hard when you look at size, and you look at profile of players. I think pretty much 3 or 4 out there, about 4 out the back 4 are got real presence. Then you got Mendes, Lang, Patterson, 2 midfield players. You know, so we knew it was going to be a tough ask for us from set plays. What I've got to say, the effort. It sounds daft because we conceded from a set play on Tuesday, but the amount of time we're spending to try and be better at that is significant. And sometimes when you're spending a lot of time to try and improve an area, it might be a case where it's not gone as we wanted as quickly as we would have liked. But there's no criticism of any of the guys. You know that if you look at the age of the team today, and we were talking about it before the game. The back 4. Ben Lloyd, you know, Cameron Answe, Michael Raindorf, Michael Spellman, Bobby. The age of the team was what I'm trying to say is it wasn't really experienced. So that brought an energy and a purpose to it. So with that, you know, the guys at times are trying to understand how to handle the physical side of big guys at set plays, and we know how important they are for sure. So we're disappointed to have conceded from those areas. You know, that said, Nick comes through and takes a couple. We obviously have to work on how to ensure we don't give so many away as well, with a little bit of discipline. But no, all in all, I just feel like I'm sounding like a broken record. The performances have been positive. I think anybody who's seen us the last 4 games would say performance levels have been really positive. What we haven't been able to do is convert those opportunities, Grimsby aside.